Hey y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get started a little bit early to give everybody time to come on in. I'm playing my music in the meantime, so just we're a little bit early. Thank you all for joining in. And we'll be getting started promptly at 11, but I just wanted to jump on here early just in case I have some individuals who still are needing access. I told everyone who wanted to be on this to send me an email to bdvuniversity@gmail.com. So I've added everybody that I could see. However, I'm still checking to see. I'm still checking to make sure there aren't other individuals that need admittance. And in the meantime, honey, I'm listening to my Jill Scott. So I'm gonna turn my music up a little bit and we're just gonna vibe out until class starts. I thank you all for being here. And I'm assuming that if you are in here, it's because you're trying to get some things removed from your credit report. So that's what I'm gonna teach you how to do today. And I'm gonna do it live. I'm chasing fools gone. This is my song. I'm gonna turn this up. I believe in things just ain't true. We've all done it. Believe in you. I was living a dream, believing things that just ain't true. Oh, I can't believe I ever believed in you. Again, it is now 4 minutes till, so we're gonna start right at 11 o'clock. Don't worry, I'm just giving everybody a chance to come in. We're not using the chat, but I can see who's all coming in. I'm on a couple of platforms. So Samantha in Jacksonville, I think you're in Jacksonville. I see you. Tabitha, I see you. Travis in Atlanta, I see you. And no, that's not my baby's daddy, but another Travis in Atlanta, I see you. Antoine in Orlando, I see you. Daniel, I see you. Welcome. Samantha from Charlotte, is it? We got to get up. I haven't met you. Joy in Dallas, I see you, girl. Also Ashanti in Miami. So I see you guys that are here, and I thank you so much for joining in. We'll be getting started promptly at 11. We got 3 more minutes, so we just gonna jam and vibe out until then. I don't really want to hear that though. Let's see what else we got. This is what I do. In my office, I sit and I play my music and I just vibe out. And I just have a good time. This morning I went and pulled some fresh flowers I made an arrangement from out of my yard. So I got a peace lily in there, some other stuff, some elephant ear. So I made this beautiful arrangement this morning just for you guys, because I love to have my background right. If you looked at my life and see what I've seen, yes, ma'am. Mary really did her thing on this one, honey. And see what I see. Life can be only what I can't sing. Let me let Mary do it. Never fake it. Be honest about it. Be transparent. Say what's on your mind. You'll find that all the negative energy, it will all recede. It'll just cease. Sing it, Mary. You won't really need no one now, except for the man above. I can't sing. I'm not down and out and crying every day, but I love this song. You hear me? All right. So let's get started. It is time for class. I am going to go ahead and introduce myself and start by sharing my screen with everybody that's here. Again, once again, I thank you for joining us on this webinar. This is a very important one. It seems so simple, but this is one that I get a lot of questions about. And this is one issue that I find that a lot of people tend to ignore and skip over, but it makes a key difference in your credit report. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my presentation that I have prepared for you on this topic. All righty. This thing always gives me a hard time because it tries to put me in in a presentation mode in addition to screen share mode for some reason. And all I wanted to do is share my screen. So let's figure that out. Just give me a moment here and I promise we'll get into the good stuff in a second. So I want to share you. I want to share my PowerPoint. All right, so it says that I am sharing there. I'm gonna move a little bit closer just because I am not using my headset today. So I don't know whether or not the computer audio is picking me up as clearly as the headset usually would. I'm gonna get me a microphone headset very soon because I think that'll be way much better when it comes to the presentation. So just to let you guys know, this is the $1 Billion Brain University, how to quickly remove hard inquiries from your credit report. And we're focusing on hard inquiries because soft inquiries do not, they don't hurt your report. Usually a soft inquiry happens when a company's trying to pre-approve you for a credit card or a loan, or it even occurs when you go and you pull your own credit report from, say, Credit Karma. That results in a soft inquiry. We're not worried about those. So today we are going to actually go in, learn how to quickly remove these hard inquiries. And I am going to use my own credit, one of my own credit reports, and I'm going to try to get one of these credit bureaus on the phone and see what information that I can get removed today. All right. So that is why we are here. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking all about removing hard inquiries from all of the 3 credit bureaus. I am your instructor, Dr. Shawn D. Bridley. And who am I? There's a LinkedIn link there. You can find me on linkedin.com/n/D Bridley. I am a retired board certified geriatric pharmacist. I have been a pharmacist for 12 years and I have been in the pharmacy industry for about 19 years. And I decided in December of last year, on my birthday actually, to retire from traditional pharmacy practice. However, they won't let me stay retired because I just got signed up yesterday to do 2 speaking engagements and a couple of other things that I have doing consulting work when it comes to pharmacy. So no matter how much I try to just retire from pharmacy, I am always somewhere working in the pharmacy space. However, that picture that you see of me is from 2013, where I was the pharmacist in charge for a grocery store chain called Winn-Dixie. I think they go by another name now, but back when I worked with them, they were Winn-Dixie, and I was the pharmacy manager, pharmacist in charge, six-figure. All of my pharmacy jobs have been six-figure jobs. So I left a six-figure career to move on to be an entrepreneur and bring you guys billion dollar brain university, as well as to build my freight brokerage, SCT Logistics. So for me, standing in that pharmacy, standing in multiple pharmacies, I've even co-owned a pharmacy before. It's always been my passion to be an entrepreneur. So I said, you know what? I have put enough money up. I have secured myself enough. I'm going to take a chance on me. If a company is able to pay me $100,000 plus per year, I think I can pay myself $100,000 plus per month. So I'm going to test my theory on that, and I'm going to aim for that. And I want that to sound so ridiculous. I want my dreams to scare me, and yours should scare you as well. The second thing that I am is a mother of two. I have a 16-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son. Again, I am a serial entrepreneur, and I am a success strategist. Here at Billion Dollar Brain, this all started with the idea that every person has $1 billion or more worth of ideas in their head. So our goal is to get you from idea to execution and help you to express a belief, whatever that belief may be. I'm not talking spirituality, but I mean, when it comes to your business ideas, from beginning to end, how do you get that idea executed and into a product? The first thing that you may see us, and the only thing right now that you may see us talking about, is personal credit. The reason why we're doing that and we're focusing on personal credit is probably basically because you can't do anything else in this world without it. I know when I started my freight brokerage, in order to get my broker's bond, we have to get a $75,000 bond. You have to put a down payment for that, and that is based on credit. Well, if you have bad credit, I've seen some people's broker's bond be as high as $10,000. I've seen people with excellent credit have broker's bonds as low as $800 or $900. Personally, mine was $2,300. So I'm okay. All right. And the tactics that I use I developed this course, this credit course, because I have been to multiple credit repair agencies, and I just started studying the bureaus myself and studying the history of credit and the credit system and how it works. And I found myself to be better at improving my own credit than a lot of the repair companies that I hired. I hate the word credit repair because there's so much information that they leave out. We are credit educators. Everything that we do educates you on how this credit system works. So that is who I am. I am a success strategist, and I am here to help you achieve your goals. And by helping you achieve your goals, I'm achieving one of my goals, which is to help other people become bosses, to help other people become entrepreneurs, to help other people become six-figure or better earners. Okay. Now, this is a picture of a young lady who is taking notes. During this session, I need you to have your notepad out or a laptop open or whatever you use to take notes, because there will not likely be a playback of this for anyone besides those who are a part of our current credit course. So those of you who are here and are in the credit course, some of you whose names I called out, you're going to get a playback of this, and it's going to be a part of the course. But for the rest of you, if you want to get the extra information and a playback of this, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to go ahead and join the university. $47, you can't beat it. That's the introductory price of the credit improvement manual. That class alone is worth $500. Not to mention, I have multiple people. These lights are killing me. I have multiple people who still want me to work on their credit with them. We are not interested in credit repair, but what we are going to be offering is a white glove service in which we will help you. We will get you to pull your credit reports from all three of the bureaus. We'll look at them and we'll tell you, okay, this is your plan of action. We will give you an action plan and the customized credit letters that you need to send out to fix your credit. That is going to come at a premium. It's going to cost way more than $47. So my advice to you is to get inside of the $47 course, learn as much as you can, participate in the private Facebook group that we have, ask questions. If you need to set up a one-on-one with me, that is also available. So we are here to help you improve your credit and maintain it. We are not here to repair your credit and then have you things popping back up on your credit and you don't know how to fix it and why it popped up in the first place. We're going to teach you the true way to improve your credit and maintain it. So the main thing I want you to do right now is have a notepad or something out and be taking notes. All right, so the first thing that you're going to have to do in order to get these inquiries, these hard inquiries off of your credit report is to have your credit report available so that you know what hard inquiries are on them. This is a screenshot of annualcreditreport.com. You are entitled to at least one credit report per year from each of the three bureaus. So if you go to this website, they will walk you through how to get each of your three credit reports. One thing that I do know is that Transunion, let me just tell you, all of them ask you crazy questions. They'll ask you about a family member. Who is this family member that you don't even know? Have you ever lived at such and such apartments? And you might have lived in some places in college that you don't remember. They might ask you about your very first car or your very first apartment. So there will be times where they're not able to verify your identity online. So you'll have to do a written dispute. And I have an example of that because I forgot what question they asked me this morning from Equifax. But it's like none of these are true. Like one of the questions was, based on your current age, in 5 years, how old will you be? So I put that in. Then they asked me, well, what city does Craig Wilson or somebody live in? I don't know Craig Wilson. So they will ask you questions to verify your identity. And some of them come completely out of left field. Don't get discouraged. If you have to end up requesting it by mail, just go ahead and do it. I will also note that anytime you are denied credit, you're also entitled to a credit report in that instance as well. And again, this is where you're going to go. You're going to go to annualcreditreport.com and you're going to pull your Equifax, Experian, and Transunion credit reports. All right. This is the letter that I got today when I tried to pull my Equifax. They couldn't verify my identity because they asked me a question that I'm like, I don't even know what y'all are talking about. So now I have to request my credit report through Equifax in writing. That's fine. Whatever, I'm gonna do it, but I just wanted to show you what happens when they're unable to verify your information. You'll get something like this that says that you have to submit certain things, your driver's license, utility bill, or a lease to prove that it's you to get your credit report. All right. So here are my hard inquiries for Experian. So we're going to work with Experian today because they were the ones that I was able to pull my information from the easiest. And to conserve time, let me see what'll happen if I just, let me just turn that light off. These are the hard inquiries that I have for my Experian report. There are 4, 8, 12 of them. That's terrible. You typically don't want any more than 3 hard inquiries on your credit. But one thing that I want to note, look at the dates of them. What I'm going to teach you, what I will tell you now is that anything that is older than 2 years old has to come off. They're not allowed to hold inquiries on your credit longer than 2 years. So this is going to come off next month. This is going to come off next month. And this was my broker bond, Pacific Financial Association. This is actually when I got my freight brokerage and they ran my credit. So certain things, the first thing you want to look for are any items that are more than 2 years old. If it's more than 2 years old, they need to be taking that off. And what you need to tell them is that by having those items reporting on your credit report, they are in violation of FCRA rules, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They are in violation. And those are illegal and those unauthorized items need to be removed, okay? And we're gonna come back to that because I'm gonna go and I'm gonna use this to make a couple of phone calls and see if I can get some of these removed, just so you can get an idea of what you're gonna say when you call Experian. Here are the phone numbers for the major bureaus. I have Experian highlighted because that's who I'm going to be calling today. All of the credit bureaus have multiple phone numbers. So basically Google a phone number and call it. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, call another one. But we're going to call that first number for Experian today and see what we can remove from my credit report. Now, before we start making phone calls, let's make some things very clear. When you call, you want to be directed directly to the fraud department in order to get your inquiries disputed and removed. If they do not transfer you right away to the fraud department without asking you a million questions, likely you're dealing with someone who's new and doesn't know what they're talking about. You need to let them know that I need to speak to someone in the fraud department. If they press you for more information, this is what you're going to say. Listen, I have noticed that there have been unauthorized inquiries on my report, or someone has applied for something in my name, and I would like to be connected to a fraud department representative, please. You're going to say this nicely, all right? If you even want to take it a step further and throw the law into it, you can say, look, I have noticed that there are unauthorized inquiries on my credit report, and I noticed that someone has applied for something in my name that, according to the FCRA, is illegal, has not been verified, and it is not authorized. So I need you to get me to the fraud department and get that taken off of my credit report, okay? Now, you are going to need a list of all of the inquiries that are not attached to open or closed accounts. So let me just go back for a second and show you what I mean by that. These are the hard inquiries that are on my Experian account. So Community Bank, Zales, that is one that I was denied for. Home Depot, Citibank, I was not approved for. I was approved for Fingerhut. I don't even know what this is, honestly. So I'm definitely going to dispute that. This one right here, this U.S. Small Business Administration, this is back in early 2020 when I applied for the Paycheck Protection Program and EIDL loans with the SBA. Opportune is a personal loan company that I'm not really familiar with, so I'm going to challenge that. Discover Financial is both a loan and credit card company. Pacific Financial is actually my broker bond, but that doesn't report to my credit report, so I can still dispute this and say, hey, I don't know what this is, take it off. Quicken Loans is a mortgage company. I applied for a mortgage a few years ago. And then Sterling Jewelers, that's on my report, but still I'm going to challenge all of these. I won't be doing them all today for the sake of time, but I'll be showing you how to go through and dispute all of these. Okay, and there's going to be a method. I'm not going to dispute all 12 of these today. All right. So here are the phone numbers again. All right. So once you have your list of inquiries, do not dispute the inquiries that have open accounts attached to them. So if you applied for a visa, you got approved for that visa, you have been making payments on that visa, and that visa is in good standing, don't worry about applying, don't worry about challenging that particular inquiry. However, one trick that you can do is if, say, you apply for a Visa card today, you get approved today, that inquiry is going to hit your credit today, but the account itself is not going to hit your account yet. So in that case, you can call the credit bureau and say, hey, I noticed somebody applied for a Chase credit card or a Visa credit card in my name today. That wasn't me. Please remove that. They're not going to call over to the credit card company and verify it. So you're still going to get your credit card. That credit card is still going to end up reporting to your credit report, but you just won't have the inquiry there. Okay. But in the cases where the inquiry has been there along with the line of credit, don't worry about disputing those. Just leave them alone. Another example is if, say, for instance, you got approved for credit, you got the inquiry, now the account is closed. You can go back and dispute the inquiry for that closed account and you can get it removed. Now, I'm going to give you a tip. They're going to try to tell you, let's talk about, before we get into the scripting, a lot of these places, Experian, Equifax, Transunion, they outsource their work. So you have somebody working in Bangladesh, the Philippines. I have a team in the Philippines working. So they are trained to work off of a script. Okay, that's why I stress to you that it's important that you make sure you're speaking to someone in the fraud department. And honestly, it's good to know that you're speaking to someone in the United States. I love calling Experian because they're out in Allen, Texas. And half the time I get somebody in Texas who knows what the heck they're talking about. So what they're going to do per their script that they're already given, they're going to tell you, did you submit a police report? Just tell them, yeah, I've already done that. You do not have to furnish that to them. But if they say, hey, have you submitted a police report? Just say, yeah, I've already done that. If they ask you, have you contacted the original creditor? Say, yes, I've done that too. Okay. Just say yes. Now, if they keep on pushing the issue, I'm just going to tell you to hang up on them, call back later or call back another day and get another representative, because chances are you're dealing with someone who is new or someone who doesn't know, they're not in the fraud department, so that they don't know how to remove this stuff. They might put you on a brief hold. They might have you holding for 30 minutes. But what they're in there doing is trying to fake investigate and figure this thing out, when the truth is they don't know what they're doing. So when they come back, they should say something like, okay, we'll investigate it and it may take up to 30 days. It is not going to take up to 30 days. You can probably check back the next day and it will be gone. I have seen things be gone the same day after I call, because what are they investigating? They're not calling the credit card companies. They're not going to go too far with this because it's just an inquiry. They don't want to deal with it. So what you would want to do, if they said that they're going to investigate, what you can do is follow up the very next day and follow the same protocol. I need to have someone in the fraud department take these things off of my credit. This really never should take longer than 48 hours if you get the right department and the right person on the phone. All right, so let's talk about scripting. Let's talk about scripting. With the phone script, you're just going to call and you're going to say, hey, good morning. I was looking at my credit report and I noticed that there are some unauthorized inquiries, which I never applied for to my knowledge. Can you help me with getting these removed today? So let's hang on a minute. I'm going to call and I'm about to do just that with Experian. Now, be mindful that I'm calling a call center, so we may be on hold for a while. You are free to step away, get some coffee, get some breakfast, but I'm gonna call Experian right now, and I'm gonna see if I can get a few of these items off my credit report. Even though there are 12 of them, I don't recommend doing more than 3 to 5 at a time. And I recommend attacking the ones that are the newest, because the oldest ones are going to be falling off any freaking way. So I'm calling Experian at 888-397-3742. So let's see here. I'm going to put them on speakerphone and we're going to do this live.
Hello. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Please say or enter your 9-digit social security number. Thank you. What's your zip code? If you are calling regarding a security freeze or fraud alert, say fraud, or press 1. Or would you like to order your credit report or credit score? You can say score or press 2.
Fraud department.
To order your credit report, say report, or press 1. To order your credit score, say score, or press 2. To return to the previous menu, say previous menu, or press star. If you are calling regarding a security freeze or fraud alert, say fraud, or press 1. Or would you like to order your credit report or credit score? You can say score, or press 2. For help with a security alert, say alert, or press 1. For security freeze options, say freeze, or press 2. For help with fraudulent activity related to a minor child, say minor, or press 3. To return to the previous menu, say previous menu, or press star. A freeze will prohibit us from releasing any information in your credit report without your consent. To place a freeze on your credit report, say freeze, or press 1. To return to the main menu, say main menu, or press star.
Now, these are not getting me the options that I want because I don't want a credit freeze. I already have a credit freeze on my account. So I'm going to try one of the other phone numbers that I have for them because I want to get to the fraud department, but I do not want a fraud alert on my account. I want them to remove inquiries. So I'm going to call this other number.
Hello, and thank you for calling Experian. The security and privacy of your information is important to us. So let's get started with confirming your identity. What's your social security number? Thank you. What's your zip code? For questions about your Experian membership, say membership, or press 1. If you just have general questions about your credit, say credit, or press 2.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Do you have questions about your credit report? You can say credit report, or press 1. If you are calling regarding a security freeze or fraud alert, say, do you have questions about your credit report? You can say credit questions, or press 1. Or would you like to dispute information on your report?
Yes.
You can say dispute,
Dispute.
or press 2. For general disputes, say dispute, or press 1. If you believe your information has been combined with someone else's, say mixed file. Let's figure out how best to assist you. First, do you want to start a new dispute or check an existing dispute?
New dispute, please.
Okay, I'll assist you with that. Which section of your credit report are you disputing? Accounts, inquiries,
Inquiries.
I can assist with that. Please hold while I get a specialist to assist you.
All right. Now, if
As part of our ongoing commitment to quality, your call may be monitored or recorded.
I'm muting myself.
Thank
If they
you for
ask
calling
me for
Experian.
my credit
We are
report, I'm
currently
gonna my
experiencing
credit.
longer than normal wait times. We invite you to visit
If
us
they ask
online
me
at
for my
www.experian.com, where you can
social
resolve
security
most of your
number, I'm either gonna step
or
up,
make your
step
questions
out, or mute
urgent.
myself
Please
because
feel
of
free to call
course, I
back
don't want to share that
anytime.
information with you
If your
guys.
call is urgent,
So
please hold, and we
just
promise to answer your call
FYI,
as soon as
that's the only time I will
Your
be
estimated
muting
wait time is
myself.
between 5 and 7 minutes.
5 and 7 minutes, not bad.
Did you know that the dark web is where identity thieves anonymously buy and sell your personal information? We scan the dark web globally with proprietary technology that detects stolen data and monitors over 600,000 web pages, file sharing sources, forums, Twitter feeds, and more. Ask your Experian customer service specialist about our Identity Works Premium plan today to enjoy features like dark web surveillance alerts and up to $1 million in identity theft insurance.
So I'm gonna go over to, since we have a 5 to 7 minute wait, I'm gonna go over to the page that has the
Did you know that with
inquiries that I'm gonna
you can
dispute on them?
control who
And
can
let's take a
and
look
cannot
at that
access your personal
so
credit
that I
data?
have that all
With
pulled
the
up.
touch of a button, it's easy to lock or unlock your credit file at will. When your credit file
I like to do things hands-on to show you how to do it.
Credit in your name. When you want to apply for credit, simply unlock your file during the process. Ask your Experian customer service specialist about our Identity Works Premium plan today to learn more about its standout features like Experian Credit Lock, Sex Offender Registry Alert, 3-Bureau Credit Monitoring, and more. If you are the victim of identity theft, we'll work directly with you to help fix it. Did you know that when you enroll in our Identity Works Premium plan, you get a dedicated single point of contact to guide you through the entire process? They'll even help you deal with creditors, banks, and law enforcement. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Talk to your Experian customer service specialist about our premium plan to get all the details on how it'll work to protect you. Did you know that when you sign up for Identity Works Premium, you get access to incredible advanced identity theft alerts? Beyond dark web surveillance, you can enjoy an entire suite of identity alerts, including a social security number trace that detects if there's new activity associated with your social security number, bank account and credit takeover alerts in case someone opens a bank account or credit card with your information, and change of address alerts to let you know if your mail has been redirected through the U.S. Postal Service. But that's not all. Talk to your Experian customer service specialist today to learn more.
And just FYI, a lot of this credit repair, credit improvement is sitting on the phone and waiting. So you have to have patience to be able to do this. And I wanted to do this live so that you can get real time scripting and ideas of what you need to say. Okay? I could have just written it out for you, but I want you to get a real live experience of how this works.
Mention Identity Works Premium to learn more.
Also, keep in mind that I told you that we're only going to dispute a few of them at a time. We don't want to go crazy and get all confused, but make note of which ones you're disputing each time. And then each day, or wait a couple of days, call and dispute 3 to 5 different ones, because the goal is to have no more than 3 hard inquiries on your credit. We're almost at 7 minutes, so they need to come on now. We could have just kept playing music for all this waiting, but this is a part of the process. It is labor intensive to fix your credit. That's why I don't care how much you pay me, I don't want to be fixing anybody's credit. It's easier for me to teach you how to do it and do mine in the process. All right, here we go.
Thank you very much for calling Experian Special Services. My name is Stephanie. May I have please your social if you have any report number?
Hi, Stephanie. My name is Sean Bridley, and Just a moment, because I'm around people, so I don't want them to hear my social security number. So let me mute myself before I give that to you. Just a moment.
And you said your name is?
My name is Deshandre Bridley.
What will be your current mailing address?
My current mailing address is 3022 Seabrook Avenue. That's in Orlando, Florida, 32805.
Is that a house or an apartment?
This is a house.
Have you lived there for more than 2 years?
I've lived there all my life.
What will be your date of birth?
December 31st, 1982.
Tell me, how can I help you?
I'm calling because I was going over my Experian credit report that I received, and I noticed that there were some unauthorized inquiries that I don't recognize and that I don't recall applying for. So I need help getting those removed today, and I want to be transferred to the fraud department for that.
Do you believe someone used your information to apply for that?
I am not sure, to be honest. I don't know. I don't want there to be a credit freeze or anything of that nature, but I don't recognize these. So I would just like for them to be deleted.
Well, if you believe those inquiries are not right,
Excuse me?
you need to. If you believe those inquiries are just unauthorized, you need to give a call to the creditor. And
I've done that already. I've done that already.
That will
See,
be the
I told
process
you.
to dispute unauthorized inquiries.
Are you the fraud department?
This is the fraud department, yes.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not able to remove unauthorized inquiries from an account, and you're the fraud department, and you haven't even asked me which accounts need to be disputed or inquiries need to be disputed. Are you sure you're the fraud department? Because as far as I know, the FCRA does not allow for you to just blatantly tell me that I have to call the creditor. The creditor has nothing to do with it. If somebody applied in my name for something, they wouldn't have anything to do with that. That is the bureau that needs to remove that.
Well, that will be the process to dispute unauthorized inquiries.
What is the process, Stephanie?
Call the creditor who did the inquiry and dispute it with them.
And what is that supposed to do? Because they don't remove things from credit reports. You do. So why would I be calling them?
Once they send us the updated information that yes, it was not
right.
So
and
yes,
I already did that and was told to call the credit bureau. So are you or are you not the fraud department? Because the fraud department is specifically supposed to be able to handle removing the items in dispute, which you have not yet asked me which items I'm even disputing.
Because you're telling me those are unauthorized inquiries, and that will be the process to dispute unauthorized inquiries.
The process to dispute unauthorized inquiries is to call the credit company. I am telling you, Stephanie, that I have done that, and they told me to call you and to speak to the fraud department to get these removed. So is there someone else that I can speak to?
I can transfer you to someone else, of course, but they will tell you the same thing. Unauthorized inquiries, you need to dispute them with the creditor.
All right, go ahead and transfer me to someone else, please.
Let me a moment.
Mm-hmm. And that may happen. She has an accent. She probably doesn't even live in the United States. That's going to happen. But we're going to be relentless and we're going to call and we're going to get transferred. And we have to do this tomorrow.
As part of our ongoing
And the day after,
quality,
we'll
your
just
call
keep
may
doing
be
it.
monitored or recorded. Thank you for calling Experian. We are currently experiencing longer than normal wait times. We invite you to visit us online at www.experian.com, where you can resolve most of your questions. Or if your question is not urgent, please feel free to call back at a later time. If your call is urgent, please hold and we promise to answer your call as soon as possible. Your estimated wait time is less than 3 minutes. Did you know that the dark web is where identity thieves anonymously buy and sell your personal
Now, I'm going to tell you a tip right now. If this next person sticks to the same script as Stephanie, I'm going to hang up on them and then I'm going to call another number. But I'm going to show you guys how to do this and continue to do this. So even if we're not successful today, when you get people on the line like Stephanie that try to tell you you have to have a police report or contact the creditor, hang up on them, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do if the next person tells me the same thing, all right?
Did you know that with Experian Credit Lock, you can control who can and cannot access your personal credit data? With the touch of a button, it's easy to lock or unlock your credit file at will. When your credit file is locked, we'll notify you with a real-time alert if someone attempts to apply for credit in your name. When you want to apply for credit, simply unlock your file during the process. Ask your Experian customer service specialist about our Identity Works Premium plan today to learn more about its standout features like Experian Credit Lock, sex offender registry alerts, 3-bureau credit monitoring, and more. If you are the victim of identity theft, we'll work directly with you to help fix it. Did you know that when you enroll in our Identity Works Premium plan, you get a dedicated...
Another thing that I want to say to you, in which I should have said to Stephanie, is I want to dispute these items. I want to dispute these inquiries with you, the credit bureau. So if you need verification from the creditor, you call them. The burden is on the credit bureau to dispute. So that's what I'm going to say in my next line. So right now we're learning the script. We're learning what to say. We're learning how to combat what it is they're saying. I'm on mute right now. But the next person that tells me I need to call the credit bureau, the creditor, no, they need to call the creditor because I am disputing the information directly with the bureau as being incorrect.
Bank account and credit takeover alerts in case someone opens a bank account or credit card with your information, and change of address alerts to let you know if your mail has been redirected through the U.S. Postal Service. But that's not all. Talk to your Experian customer service specialist today to learn more. Ask your Experian.
I recommend that you set aside a few hours, if not a whole day, to focus on just this. All 3 bureaus and your inquiries, because you're going to be on the phone. You're going to be on the phone. You're going to be challenged. You're going to be told falsehoods, and you got to be ready to fight for your credit, period. I got time today.
Premium to learn more. Thank you for calling Experian Special Services. My name is Lorraine. May I have your full name?
Hi, Lorraine. My name is Deshandre Denise Bridley.
And do you have an Experian credit report that shows your report number?
Yes, ma'am. Let me see if I can pull that for you.
All right. If it is on that product, it would be at the very top.
Yeah,
The warning report number?
I saved them all inside of a file, so I just got to go into the file and get them. So here we are. All right, so the top of this one is report number 2697373045.
Thank you. So it does want me to verify your information.
Sure.
Starting with your current mailing address.
My current mailing address is 3022 Seabrook Avenue. That's in Orlando, Florida, 32805.
Is there an apartment number for this address?
No, ma'am, that's a home.
And have you lived here for the past 2 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Your date of birth?
December 31st, 1982.
And then your social security number. Okay, thank you. So I do have the report, and what is the first item I need to review?
All right, so I am trying to dispute hard inquiries, particularly the Community Zales account and the 2 Home Depot accounts, as well as Blue
All right, so I'm
Stem.
going to find one at a time.
Okay, so let's start with
Community Sales.
Community
Under
Sales.
inquiry. So
Right.
yes, I do see that one listed.
Uh-huh.
It looks like this past November 21st, they accessed your report for a new application request.
Right, and I don't have any knowledge of that.
So you were not applying for any services with Zelle around that time
No,
frame?
ma'am.
Okay. All right, so since all we can see is that they accessed the report,
Right.
you didn't apply for their services, we would submit a dispute for identity theft.
Okay.
And if you never heard from them and want to know more, you may have to question about the request they made to your file as well.
Sure.
All right, so that one is submitted. Okay, and then you mentioned Home Depot.
Home Depot by Citibank.
It does show July 2020 and November 2020 they had access to your report. So you didn't apply either time for a credit card with them?
No, and I don't even show the July. Okay, yes, I do see the July 31st one. So both of those, no.
Either time, okay. All right, so same situation. We would go ahead and submit these for identity theft.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
And then the Web Bank, Blue Stem.
Blue Stem. Is it on September 21st?
Yeah, it's saying Web Bank.
So it's, all right, so it's printing out for me as Fingerhut.
Okay, so
Does that
no.
sound familiar?
It does, but I didn't apply for that.
You didn't apply for Fingerhut. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and speed that one.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Then there is a Vervent, TBOM.
The Bank of Missouri.
I don't know what that is. Now, I do recognize the small business.
It's not letting me submit that one.
Say that again.
It's not letting me submit that inquiry by itself. Let's see.
The Vervent one?
Oh, did you look at the accounts? That's why. So they approved an account. So have you been in contact with them about that account then?
What is what is Vervent? Like, I don't even know what account, what it is.
It doesn't.
I'll take a look. Yeah, I just.
It says it's a Visa credit card.
Okay.
Do you have a Visa credit card that starts at 4057?
Not to my knowledge, but I will check on that one. So just don't worry about it. But if it's a problem, I will be calling back in for it. The only other one that I do not recognize would be this Pacific Financial Association.
Yes, in June 2019.
Right.
All right. It just says investment firm.
Yeah, that wouldn't be.
It gives me.
Okay.
All right, let me submit that one for identity theft. Okay, go ahead.
And that's all for now. The rest of them, I'm familiar with Quicken. I applied for a house. So that's all for now, but I want to definitely the community ones, the Home Depot. I'll call back. I'll research the Vervent one, but submit what you have for now, please.
All right, so that's inquiry. So since I'm processing identity theft, for the security alert, it does show we have one on file, and there's a phone number on record. Is that phone number still valid for you?
That should be 407-393-7612.
Yes. All right, so we are providing the correct phone number.
Perfect. Now
and
also,
have you reviewed go ahead.
Yeah, also, even though I wanted to attack these hard inquiries, like I see my name written so many different ways. So how do I go about disputing the name issues versus my actual name and then all these different variations of my name?
Yes, if there's any misspelled names on the credit report, those I can look into for you.
All right.
Does it have a name identification number to provide with each name?
Let's see. It does. All right.
Okay, so what is the number of the incorrect name?
All right. So the incorrect name, that is going to be number 23585.
I can delete that name.
All right. And then the other one is 32306.
Okay, I have that one as well.
17359.
Okay.
9516. 147.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to find that one.
No problem.
Okay, got it. All right.
14736.
Okay, go ahead.
10784.
Okay.
10156.
Okay.
And lastly, 22822.
All right, I got that one as well.
All right, now when we go down to the addresses, my address is 3022 Seabrook Avenue, Orlando, Florida. On there, they have Seabrook with an apartment K83 added to it. Seabrook is not an apartment, so that is not correct. That Hiawassee one is not correct, and that Wellington Park Circle one is incorrect. North Rio Grande and 3022 Seabrook Avenue are.
All right, so Hiawassee, we'll look at that one. So do you know if anybody that's lived at that Hiawassee Road, why it's on the report?
Because there was a business associated with that years ago, but it would have been, it's still incorrect because it's not 2121 South Hiawassee Road. It would have been unit 4426. So it's inaccurate anyway.
All right, so it's business related.
Yeah.
Okay, so just want to note it correctly.
Right.
Delete it due to that situation.
All
and then
right.
the Wellington Park, let me look at that one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not asking anything further about that one. So
all
I can
right.
delete that one as well.
Cool.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's it. I actually haven't had time to look at the accounts themselves, but I was concerned more so about getting those hard inquiries dealt with today. So I'll call back once I take a look at the full report. But those are the main things that immediately caught my attention. So I wanted to, is there a confirmation number or anything that I can take down for this?
Yes, it did assign a new report number.
Okay.
That number is 1476 15 518.
All right, thank you so much, Lorraine. And let me repeat that because I think I miswrote something. 147 615 518.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, and I'll follow up. I'll follow
Let
up.
me complete this.
Okay.
Before we
okay, sounds
end.
good.
Yeah, submitting right now. So it can take the system 24 to 72 hours to complete.
No problem.
And then we will send you a notification of the results to the email address that you have associated with your membership.
All right. And what would that be if you don't mind? It's either dbridley@gmail.com or bookdrb@gmail. Either one is fine.
Second.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Which one is?
bookdrb@gmail.com is what it shows.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's where the results will be sent to. It'll include a link to our online dispute center.
Okay.
If you do need to process additional disputes, you can always attempt those online.
Absolutely.
And then, since I did submit identity theft, if you have filed or plan on filing an identity theft report regarding these fraudulent inquiries, send a copy of that report into Experian and we can further protect your file.
Okay, we thank you.
Any other questions or concerns about this for me?
No, ma'am, Lorraine, you've been most helpful.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling Experian.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. So Lorraine is the type of representative that you want to speak to. Now, what I want to make note of is the fact that you don't really want them to put the identity theft mark on your profile because it'll make it harder for you to apply for credit later. However, I'm not in the market for anything at the moment, so I can have that removed at any time. So I'm not really worried about it. But if you have the option to go through this process and not have your account marked for identity theft, then it's best that you go ahead and not do that. But they already have me marked for identity theft, which means that anytime someone applies for credit, they have to call my cell phone number and verify. All right. You can lock your report, you can freeze your report, whatever you feel is best for your individual situation. But as you can see there, Lorraine said it's going to be 24 to 72 hours. But you heard her say, oh, I'll go ahead and take that off. I'll take that off. I did not address everything. I addressed maybe 5 items. I'll call back tomorrow and get somebody else and address the rest of them. Okay. So you got to hear me go through the process. You're going to go through this same process with every creditor and every report, because every report doesn't have the same information on it. There are some things that's going to show up on Transunion that's not going to be on Equifax. So you need to be pulling your credit reports and then checking that information and challenging that information. If you have more than 10 hard inquiries, I do not recommend you sit there and try to attack all 10 in the same day. I'm probably going to call back tomorrow, or maybe wait, it's tomorrow Saturday. So I'll call back on Monday and I'll dispute something else. And particularly the one that she was saying, oh, there's an account linked to that. There's a credit card that I have that's linked to them. Honey, I'm still going to dispute it and say, oh, no, I didn't take out that credit card, because they're not going to call the credit card company and verify that. Okay. So this is how you get that done. You can get results as soon as today by doing what I just did. You asked to be connected to the fraud department. You saw how the first person, Stephanie, tried to give me a hard time. So I told her to transfer me to somebody else, and Lorraine was able to do what I asked her to do. But had Lorraine not been able to do what I asked her to do, I would have hung up on Lorraine and called and got another person. You do not have to get a credit report, and you do not have to contact the creditor. If you get someone who is adamant that you have to have a police report and that you have to contact the creditor, tell them, no, you don't. I've already done that. And if they stick to that, just hang up on them and get somebody else. You can try again the same day. You can try again the next day. You might have to make multiple phone calls in order to get a representative that knows what they are talking about. But there are some representatives that are lazy and they don't want to sit there and do what Lorraine just did. Stephanie was lazy and she didn't feel like submitting my disputes. Lorraine went ahead and did her job. So you want to get a Lorraine on the phone, okay? And it's just that simple when it comes to removing the hard inquiries. This is a very important step when it comes to credit scoring, because basically, if creditors see that you've applied for more than 3 accounts in the last year or two, they're going to say you're thirsty for credit, and why would they extend you credit? Okay. So one good thing that I want to go back and point out is, you know how on this one here, where she said, oh, the reason is because you have a credit card attached to that. I didn't realize that this credit card is under another name. Typically, you don't want to dispute the ones where you do have an open account with them. Okay. So that was a lesson for me, like, oh, shoot. Yeah, but I kept it cool. I do have an account with this particular creditor. So typically those you don't want to dispute because you have an open line of credit. But if I don't have an open line of credit, I can absolutely dispute anything that I was not approved for. Pacific Financial Association, this was my brokerage bond. When I got my freight brokerage open, they ran my credit. Well, now, as you can see, it comes up as some type of financial institution that no one knows what it is. Take that off of my credit. It will be removed in about 24 to 48 hours. What else did I want to go over with you about that? I mean, it's really just that simple. It's about knowing how to get on the phone and how to talk to people and not being afraid to challenge what they say. You need to have that list of inquiries, and you need to have someone like Lorraine who's not going to be lazy like Stephanie and who's going to go through everything that needs to be addressed, that you're saying that needs to be disputed, period. They are the ones that's supposed to dispute the information, not you. You don't need to be calling the creditors. So this is the script. I just gave you a verbal script that you can use, and you can repeat the same information to all of the bureaus. Okay. Now, what I've given you here, if you choose to do this by writing, this is a dispute letter, a goodwill dispute letter asking for removal of late payments, asking for a removal of inquiries. The reason why these letters are important, and I have over 80 of these letters inside of the Credit Improvement Manual by Billion Dollar Brain University, is because due to COVID, everybody knows that everybody's taken hits and suffered because of COVID. So companies are way more lenient now, and they are removing late payments. So now if you have late payments on your report, it used to be so difficult to get those things off of your credit. Now it is easier than ever. So if you want to do this in writing, I recommend you handwrite this, not type it, handwrite this and send it off. There's another technique that I'm going to do a live session on next week. That's why you guys need to be joining Billion Dollar Brain's Credit Improvement Manual, because I go live and I have these sessions. I'm going to teach you a whole nother method where you're going to go on LinkedIn, and you're going to find the executives and CEOs of these companies, and you're going to get them to expedite and escalate your credit profile for you. So that's a whole nother technique that I'm going to teach. So I highly advise you get in on Billion Dollar Brain University's Credit Improvement Manual, because these are things I'm giving out, some freebies, but I'm not going to be doing that for long. And the class is not going to be $47 for long. So go over to Billion Dollar Brain University right now. Check out the credit letter, check out our testimonials, check out the information, check out the free information that's there. We even offer a free audit of one of the modules that teaches you about the secondary bureaus. That is available. So we give away so many free gems, but everything can't be free. So if you want the full benefit of the course is $47 for the time being. That course is actually worth about $500. It's going to be going up. So I advise you to go ahead and join now, and you will get access to the university, all of the updates for your lifetime. And you also get access to our Facebook group, our private Facebook group, where you can go in there and you can ask questions and interact with other members of the group and help each other out. And we all help each other achieve these 720 plus credit scores. If you want to get in contact with me, you can find me on LinkedIn at D Bridley, linkedin.com/n/D Bridley. You can email us at BDB, Billion Dollar Brain, bdbuniversity@gmail.com. On social media, our Instagram is Billion Dollar Brain University. And if you want to have a one-on-one consult with me, this is how you do it. Let me click on that and show you. Some of the courses that we offer have one-on-one consultations that come with them. Some of them are straight classes that you take at your own pace. Then there are other courses that require one-on-one coaching. So this is how you set up a coaching session with me. It's $70 per 30 minutes. So $140 for an hour or $35 for 15 minutes. But anything that you think you need to talk to me about or you need any guidance on, I am here and available to you for a fee, because time is money and we all don't have enough of either one, time or money. Okay. All right. So back to the course. That is the end of the slideshow. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it really helped for you to be able to go through and actually witness me dispute these things on my credit report. And if you have any questions, again, just email us at bdbuniversity@gmail.com. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you go over to the website and just check it out. As a matter of fact, since we're here, I'm going to take you over there and I'm going to take you through the course, because we're going to just do it all today. Let's see here while we're here. If this is the point where you want to cut it off, by all means. It was great chatting with you, but I am going to take you through the phenomenal only credit improvement manual that you're going to ever need. And I'm not just saying that because I created it. I'm saying it because it is absolutely phenomenally true. So let's see if I can get my screen share going here again. All right, let's see here. All right, so you should be able to see the credit improvement manual inside of this credit repair, credit improvement manual. I hate the word credit repair. I gotta stop saying it. You get 11 lessons. You get the 609 letter, how to use it. The most important thing that I always stress is that this portion, this is my favorite part of the class altogether. It teaches you about the secondary bureaus. There is a live lesson in there with me teaching. It's an hour long. But one thing you need to learn how to do is figure out how these secondary data furnishers and secondary bureaus work. Because if you go in and you suppress them, then you stop Experian, Equifax, and Transunion from being able to verify a lot of the information that they claim they verified. So this course has so much information, and there's more information being added daily. Gosh, I can't even. Every module either has a good video, there are downloads, there are instructions, frequently asked questions. There is literally a letter. There is a letter for every credit situation you may find yourself in. Now, one thing that I will admit about this course is that it is, frankly, it's a lot of information. So if you find yourself overwhelmed, don't be afraid to reach out and do a one-on-one with me, and we can go through and we can figure out exactly what it is you're having problems with, and what maybe you just need a customized letter, or maybe you just need to learn how to make the proper phone calls and get the proper people on the line to get your credit improved. So here is the credit improvement system page where you would purchase the course. If you go to billiondollarbrainuniversity.com, it's going to bring you here, and here is where you can find out real testimonials. You can play the testimonials. I give you a behind the scenes look at the credit manual. We have even a free session. Let me go back and show that. We're having a free offer right now where, let's see here. Where you can actually take the masterclass on the secondary bureaus for free. You don't get the letters and some of the perks of being inside of the course, but at least you get to audit the course. So we have that available for you, more free information. So we give out so many free gems that honestly you can improve your credit, to a degree without the course. But you need the course because you need the guidance. If these things are not put into place the right way, you're not going to get the results that you need. So here we give you a free masterclass on the secondary bureaus. We give you a full video on the bureaus. We give you a walkthrough of the class and all of the benefits of signing up for the full course and gaining full access, okay? And it's $47 right now. This course is going to go up significantly. And one good thing about it is no matter if you get in right now for $47, that's all you pay for that course. So everything else that's added, all the other perks, you get them basically for free. Everybody else who's going to be paying $400 and $500 for this class, they'll get the information too, but they're going to pay a heck of a lot more for it. So if you're interested, go ahead to billiondollarbrainuniversity.com and purchase the course. If you have any further questions about anything, feel free to reach out and email us at BDB, B like boy, D like dog, B like boy, BDB, B like boy, D like dog, B like boy, university at gmail.com. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this live master class. And you know what? I'm going to be nice and I'm going to put this on, I'm going to put it on YouTube for a short while, just for a little bit, so that everybody can have access to it at least once. And then I'll take it down after 24 hours, okay? So thank you guys again for being with me today. And this is Dr. Shawn Bridley signing off. Have a great day.